Today we have the 2025 Ford F-150 King Ranch Hybrid, and today we're going to take a full detailed look at the exterior, the interior, get it out on the road for a test drive. Let's get started. Now let's take a look at the exterior details of this King Ranch PowerBoost model. So first of all, right up front, refresh a year ago. Here we are on 2025 model though, things carry over, but you've got this full LED light setup. You've got the LED turn signal, LED fog light. We even have the recovery hooks down here and some flashes of chrome to give this a premium looking front end. Matches the premium aspect of the King Ranch model. There's even parking sensors here. We've got these hood details up above as well. And it's the same carryover truck as before, still a fully boxed frame. We have the 4x4 badge right there. We have the rapid red tint coat on here as well, with the two-tone look for the King Ranch PowerBoost logo and massive 22-inch wheels right there. So this is a blingy type truck, which is what you get with the King Ranch. If you guys were gonna pick out a trim, would you go for the King Ranch, something more like an XL, XLT, Lariat, Platinum, Limited, Raptor? Let me know down below. Dimensionally, it is 232 inches long. 9.8 inches of ground clearance, which is quite good. That's the minimum running ground clearance. We've got LED taillights in the back as well with an LED turn signal. We've got a pull-out step or a retractable step right there. Our receiver, we've got plugs right up there. Plus, this is a unique tailgate. I'll show you that in a little bit. You can even see the light right there. That light shines down to light up the hitch area if you're hooking up at night. Plus, this King Ranch even gives us this nice looking chrome exhaust back there. And underneath, as expected, we get a full-size spare tire. Now, as we come to the bed of the truck, one of the cool things that we have here from Ford is you have a regular tailgate, but we also have this opening right here. So there's pros and cons to this. I question the overall durability of a tailgate that can split fold like that, like some other brands too, but instead of this step being right here, this opens up and it gives you great access into the bed of the truck without the entire tailgate needing to swing open. You still have some retention on these sides here as well. So that is nice. You also have this step built in here. So instead of the pop down step with the handle, you've got this, you can grab on here, make it easy to get in and out. Now this is the 5.5 foot bed. You've got that option, or you've got the 6.5 foot bed. So either one, which is nice. You can still get an 8-foot bed as well, but with this Super Crew model here in this configuration, those are our options. This is also a power tailgate. Take a look at that. Talk about luxury, totally unnecessary, but still pretty nice. Ford still gives you these sections to be able to clamp something down here, and you've got this ruler on top. You've got magnetized areas to put screws and whatnot, a tablet, pencils, whatever it may be. And on the sides, you still get the bottle openers and tie downs on the tailgate, which is honestly really nice to be able to have this down, have tie downs on it as well. That's just the beginning. Now a closer look at the bed. You can see the spot right here where you can put clamps. We've got our ruler running across. That's actually quite handy for a lot of people, I can imagine. The different little sections here where you can put items. We also have that bottle opener right there. We've got fixed tie downs in every corner as well, as you can see that all the way around. It is certainly wide enough to be able to put 4-foot wide sheets back here. You've also got the indentation up top to be able to put kind of a shelf if you want to, segment your bed. You also have a built-in little storage cubby right there. We've got LED bed lighting on both sides, and you can turn it on the inside of the cab, or you can turn it on right there. And we also have all of these plugs with our Pro Power onboard thanks to the hybrid system. It's a 7.2 kilowatt charging system. That's a lot of power that you can get out of this hybrid system. The max payload with this particular setup, it's gonna vary a lot depending on how you configure your F-150, but it is 1,750 pounds. Not a ton, but not bad either considering all the bells and whistles we have on here with a short bed crew cab. Now, as you'd expect, Ford gives us the smart key system. This is the same key fob we've been rolling with for a while. You've got remote start. You can open up the tailgate back there, forward on the back. Pretty standard. It's a pretty big key fob though, something to keep in mind. Not as slim as some other brands. Now, the way that this works is with the smart key system, you can press that to lock it. You've got a sensor in the back to unlock it, and we've got these auto retractable running boards on this King Ranch model. In the display settings up there on the touchscreen, you can adjust whether these are permanently out, automatic, or permanently in. So you can decide on that. It's kind of nice to have that adjustability. And then we've got these King Ranch leather seats, and I love Ford's seats. I think they are the most comfortable pickup seats, in my opinion. You know, you've got to get in there and test them out yourself, but I also, starting at the top, love the ratcheting headrest. Some vehicles come with their headrest just standard, cocked forward, super far like that. Ford lets you kind of customize it the way you want. You've got the King Ranch logo, this nice two-tone leather on here, the dark and light brown. Very nice, very cushy and soft, but supportive and comfortable at the same time. Down here, lots more controls. So just your standard adjustments right here with a four-way lumbar, so height and tilt and recline. You can push that middle button for the massage function and more adjustment, which I'll show you that in a little bit. These seats are heated and ventilated, plus the steering wheel is power adjustable, tilt and telescoping, and it's a heated leather wrapped steering wheel. And in addition to that, we've got memory settings right here with your auto entry. It can move for you if you want. And one more thing, you can move the pedals in or out. So you should have no problem getting comfortable in here, tall, short, anything, you should be good. Now climbing into the back, you've still got a really nice door here. You've got nice material here, nice material up here. So you've got a soft, luxurious experience just from the get-go. Plus extra storage, bottle holder, extra cubbies and storage down there. So if you've got family, you've got plenty of space. If you've got workers with gloves and gear, you can throw some stuff in the doors as well. You've got grab handles on both sides to get back, mat pockets on both sides as well. The same nice two-tone leather seats, and there's some other cool things about this whole area as well. So let's go ahead and lift this seat up. You've got a split fold, a 40-60 split, which is great. We also have this kind of concealed area in here, but you also have this area under the seats, which you can throw a little bit more stuff in there too. This is technically the lock function. So when the seat is down, this is considered a lockable storage compartment because you can't get to it if you can't lift the seat up. Now, let me show you a little bit more. As you've probably seen before, this whole thing can collapse. Boom, you've got clips on both sides, and look at this nice, mostly flat load floor, especially across this carpeted area. That is fantastic. You can pull this seat down. We've got a center folding armrest with cup holders in there as well. This is just a really, really nice area overall. Not to mention there is a ton of space. You have so much space, whether it's for adults or for car seats, families, gear, hauling, whatever you want. Cup holders back here for the passengers. We even have heated seats on this King Ranch model. Plus there's a 12-volt power outlet. Down here, we've got USB-C plugs and a 120-volt plug as well. So you're good to go on charging. Air conditioning vents back here too. I mean, it's a luxury experience being back here. We've got this big panoramic roof, LED lighting. You've got your hooks on both sides. It's just really, really nice. And headroom is fantastic as well. Overall space, comfort, it's great. Now, as we hop inside, foot on the brake, push button start is right there. We've always got this graphic from Ford right in front of us. We've got a head-up display. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Over on the door, like I showed you, memory settings, window controls, mirror controls. You have a power folding mirror as well, so you can always fold those in. Plus that mirror has a dimming function on it and blind spot monitoring as well, so keep that in mind. Little storage area. The grab handle is actually, or the door handle is actually right here. It is a fall through door handle, but this clip, just like we've seen in F-150s before. Nice comfortable armrest, even comfortable up here. You've got the typical swoop down for the F-150 as well. And multiple places to put stuff, even some bottles. This does get in the way of most bottles, but this is big enough for quite a few as well. Then you've got tons of storage elsewhere in the vehicle. The light controls are very similar to what we've seen. And I want to make a mention, these mirrors even have lights on them. We have zone lighting in here, which I've showed you at night before. It is actually one of my favorite features for doing things at night. So I've got a night video, but you can essentially turn on lights all around the side of the vehicle to where you've got light when you're camping, when you're working, whatever it may be. I've been doing stuff outside and I just have the vehicle in the driveway, I turn it on and you've got some lights. It's actually quite nice. Be sure to check out the night review on the F-150 in the past. Now we've got this large display right here. It's a pretty simplified display while still showing you a lot of information. So you still have a tack over there. You've got your own My Menu type of setup like we get from Ford on other systems, so you can kind of customize it. You've got trip computer information. You can basically determine what all you want to see. You can even look at just a gauge menu here where you've got all kinds of information like that. Back out, off-road information, towing information. It's pretty cool. I really do like it. It's got a ton of good information, even driver assist features. And then overhead, this head-up display is massive. It's so hard to tell on this screen looking at the window and keeping it in focus, but it shows all of your driver assist features when you're driving. You can turn it off if you want to, but it is nice to have as another option. And all of these controls on the steering wheel over here as well. We have Blue Cruise, which we'll talk about in the test drive. And then moving over here, one thing that you will see is we've got a couple spots for sensors over here as well. So when we are driving, those will be blinking red most likely. It's not something that you can actually see in person. It is only on the camera, just like other vehicles, if you've seen other vehicles or other videos where they do that. Now, real quick, we have a trailer brake controller down here, four-wheel drive selector down here. One thing that I also really like is the fact that we have the 4 automatic. So 4A is automatic 4-wheel drive. It'll stay in 2, but the 4 wheels will kick in pretty much immediately when it senses slip. You still have your regular 4 high and 4 low, and twist this for drive modes, which are going to show up on here. So we've got just a basic normal mode, tow haul mode shows up at the bottom. We have a sport mode, we've got a slippery mode, also off-road mode, and even an eco mode, probably because we have a hybrid. But you can just keep it in normal for most of your day-to-day. You could always keep it in normal for the most part and you'll be okay. But it's nice to have those other modes. Pro Trailer Backup Assist. This you've seen probably before. You can actually turn this knob to literally back up a trailer. So Ford has really made things easy for truck owners. We even have parking assist in here as well. So push a button, vehicle can help you park. Let's actually go into reverse. We've got a 360 camera. You can tap on this screen and see closer to certain areas as well. Take a look at that. It's pretty nice. You've got a regular backup camera over here. You can take the whole screen to look at that. I think it looks great. Click on the hitch, look down right at that hitch. I think that looks pretty sweet. It's just a very useful thing from Ford. Really can't complain about this at all. And then let me get back out of here. So more on this screen. We've got, if I go, let's see here, if I go back to Ford system, we've got a whole bunch of settings that we can look at. So if you go to vehicle, there's a lot that you can do on here. So you can even make your tailgate power adjustable or not. We do have ambient lighting in here as well. You can adjust little things like your locks, your mirrors, your wipers, all kinds of stuff. And if we go to Apple CarPlay, it is wireless. You can have it take up the whole screen, or almost the whole screen, or you can have it be condensed. We also have Android Auto. And in addition to that, we have the B&O audio system. You'll see that in the speaker grill, the Bang & Olufsen. And it always sounds nice. It really does thump in this F-150. Now down here, one shortcut, you can get to the camera with that button, which is nice. Volume knob, tuning knob. So if you have gloves on or you don't want to mess with the screen, you can still control these things down here. Same physical climate controls down here as well. It is a dual zone setup. The one thing is when you change your temperature, it shows up on the screen. It doesn't have like an actual temperature set up down here. But the automatic climate control has 3 modes, full blast, medium, or low. So you can still have it on an auto climate without the fan blasting in your face, which I really like. The heated and ventilated seat controls, heated steering wheel control. Below that, you've got this retractable shelf, wireless charging mat, USB-A, USB-C down here, and there's just extra storage down here as well. Looks nice. It works great. You put your phone there. You still have sections to put other items. There's a storage area here, or this is actually more so meant for the shifter. Now, honestly, that kind of freaks me out. I get worried that that's not going to come back up sometime. But let me show you what that's for if you haven't seen it already. So we've got this big, beautiful armrest that we can take and go like that and use this as a legitimate work surface. I've got some junk on here. Anyway, I've actually used this. It's been very handy. Put my computer on here and it's like a little workstation. It's great. You can have the vehicle on as well and get it up out of the way. Push this shifter back. Hopefully that never fails. Manual mode. You've got shift buttons right here as well. This little slot with a rubber liner. You've got good sized cup holders that have these little accommodation springs for smaller drinks. You also have another little shelf up here as usual, even though we have the B&O sound system. And then more storage, guys, over there. It's even got a rubber liner. Nothing cheap to put your stuff on in here. A lockable glove box. Like to see that as well. Next to the glove box, more charging ports. Check it out, a 3-prong 120 volt plug right there. That's fantastic. I absolutely love that. And then over here, the passenger even gets a little bit of extra storage. More storage is up here in this armrest. So big, beautiful armrest, like I said, the King Ranch logo. Go into here, massive storage area inside. This whole tray slides. You've got a couple of more charging ports in there as well. It's just absolutely massive. Now, unlike, like Ram, I know has like a modular kind of center console area. This one doesn't move, it's just open here. And then you've got this setup right there. Extra little storage here as well. Showed you those cup holders there. Overall, it's a very, very nice interior. Things have looked very similar over the years, but we've got larger screens, more tech overall, but the functionality remains the same, which I believe is absolutely great. So you've got ambient lighting that shines down on both sides, this nice little Ford blue. LED interior lighting here too. And then we've got this twin panel moonroof here. Keep it going all the way back. Looks great. Garage controls up there. We've got an automatic dimming rearview mirror, little vanity light, and the whole visor is gonna slide out. That looks great. What do you think, guys? It's a really, really nice interior. Now, under the hood with this King Ranch, you can have the 3.5 liter hybrid, or you can have the 3.5 liter EcoBoost, which we've seen for a long time. But this hybrid has been out for a little while as well, and that's what we have in here. It's got some really good numbers too. We've got 430 horsepower, 570 pound-feet of torque, and that is a 3.5 liter PowerBoost is what they call it, V6. It comes with a 10-speed auto. We have it configured as a 4x4, so 10-speed, 4x4, and your combined MPG is 23 miles per gallon. I thought that before, when the first generation came out with this hybrid, that it was 24 city, 24 highway, 24 combined, but this one is 22 city, 24 highway, and 23 combined. Max towing is going to vary a little bit depending if you get the max tow package. 10,800 pounds. If you get the max tow package, it's 11,200 pounds. And it's gonna vary depending on your setup, your crew cab or super cab or whatever setup you get, even your axle ratio, especially the axle ratio in the back. So keep all that in mind with those towing numbers. All right, y'all, we are now behind the wheel of this F-150 with the PowerBoost. And I've driven the PowerBoost before, but it's been a little while. And I really like that Ford offers this. I still love myself a naturally aspirated V8, but if I had to pick between the regular EcoBoost 3.5 liter or this PowerBoost, I would pick the PowerBoost. I love the optional or the extra plug-in capability that you get with it. You know, the extra efficiency is nice, but you also have a ton of torque, a different type of driving experience. The engine doesn't have to run quite as much, but that's just personal preference. I'd love to hear what you guys would like. And for 2025, things feel very similar to what they have over the last several years. Driving this F-150, it's comfortable, it's quiet, it's got great torque and power, and it still rides on leaf springs in the back. No coil springs like some of the competitors, but it's very comfortable. I remember when Ford redesigned for this generation, and I thought it was nice and comfortable, even though they kept the leaf springs. And to compare all of the full-size pickups, I would probably say Ram maybe has the best ride. I think GM maybe has the best handling, and I think Ford is just very balanced at both of those, but not the best at both of those. But it's quiet. They're all very quiet. They've all got good power options. You've got the Tundra that also has a comfortable ride now. It's got a 3.5 liter or 3.4 liter V6 as well as a hybrid, so very similar to what you get in the F-150. So all of these full sizes are so close to each other that it really comes down to personal preference or brand loyalty. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of little quirks about each one, and for me, I think the F-150 fits me well. It's a very comfortable vehicle to drive. It's got all the capability that you could ask for, just like the rest of those full sizes. If it really comes down to the nitty-gritty towing and payload off-road capability, the specs change a lot depending on the trims and the setups and configurations, so you've got to check those out. But more about this particular vehicle, I have it on the EV Coach screen right now, and when you brake, this hybrid system, it's a full hybrid, it helps recharge it. And now there's a threshold, so it's just electric mode. Once I get beyond that threshold, then it's hybrid system where it's electric and gas. Pedal down. And you've got a lot of torque that comes out of here. Not only do you have electric power that comes out instantaneously, you've got good torque from the engine as well. So you've got combined torque between the hybrid system is fantastic. I mean, the numbers are just insane. You know, 10, 20 years ago, we would have never really thought about those kinds of numbers. Pedal down again. If you want to hot rod this F-150 around, you certainly can, and you could even put it in sport mode. But on a day-to-day driving aspect, it's very comfortable, it's quiet. We've got laminated glass right here. The steering is a little on the loose side. That's probably one complaint. I do like GM steering. It's a little more tighter, a little more responsive, but ride comfort is still good. Handling is still fine and adequate. The features and practicality in here, I like the setup of the interior better than what you get with GM, and I like this screen better than what you get with Ram's big screen. And I haven't had any glitchiness with this like I have with Ram products. You know, GM, you have to touch the screen to turn the lights off and on. It's just kind of annoying, and I love how Ford still gives us a lot of good physical controls down there, but that all really does come down to personal preference. This screen in front of us is very clear and easy to read and see everything that you want. You've got a lot of information on there, and I've driven into almost 300 miles this week, and I've been comfortable for all of it. I've had a lot of time behind the wheel of various F-150s, and I still think there's a reason that the F-150 is the top selling pickup, and it just does everything really well. It just does everything really well. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, what you think of this compared to some of the other full-sizers. But for 2025, Ford's done it again, and it just continues to be a great offering for a full-size pickup for a variety of different people. So to wrap things up on this F-150 hybrid, this King Ranch model, I still think in 2025, after all these years, the Ford F-150 is probably the most well-rounded full-size pickup. Now, they're all so close in so many different ways, and some of them are a little better at this or a little better at that, but they all offer a ton, and they're all crazy expensive. But this hybrid model has its own perks with all of the ProPower onboard capability for charging things, powering your house, etc., things like that. More efficiency, good torque, good power, very comfortable and luxurious inside with this King Ranch model as well. And it is like the ultimate vehicle, whether it's for family, whether it's for work, both. It just does everything really well. Leave your thoughts down below on what you think of this F-150. Thank you so much for watching.